There are actually 10 different prisons on Rikers Island for all different kinds of inmates and crimes. On any given day, roughly 10,000 prisoners are housed here. But every day, a few detainees are allowed to leave Rikers, not so they can go to court, but so they can volunteer for a tough job that most of their fellow New Yorkers would never apply for. Every weekday morning, a Department of Correction bus carrying prisoners makes its way over this bridge. It leads to City Island, the only inhabited island in the Bronx. From the air, it looks like a seaside town in New England until you see the skyscrapers of Manhattan behind it. The inmates from Rikers make their way down City Island's only main street. They are headed to a dock on the East Shore. The prisoners, still inside the bus, take a short ferry ride across Long Island Sound to a place called Hart Island. This narrow and now uninhabited piece of land lies just inside New York City's eastern boundary. Hart Island may be small, but it's played a big role in the history of New York. During the Civil War, it served as a POW camp to hold Confederate prisoners. In the late 19th century, it was used to house destitute boys, and the ruins of a former hospital from that time are still standing. But in 1868, New York City purchased Hart Island for use as a public cemetery, a role that it still plays today. Those who die in the 5 boroughs and can't be identified, or whose bodies are unclaimed by relatives, are brought here by ferry. Detainees from Rikers volunteer to provide a proper burial for these unclaimed souls. They also bury the dead whose families can't afford space in a cemetery. Under the fields of Hart Island are roughly 1 million graves.